Good morning, 819S. Today it's another hot one, definitely. I think it's going to rain a little bit later this week, so hopefully that'll bring the temperatures down, and the evening has still been pretty cool, so that's definitely nice. I don't have any specific topics to talk about today, but I was thinking about the hospital yesterday. I visited someone who was in the hospital, and I was hospitalized in Japan like 19 years ago. I had injured my knee and I required ACL surgery. The doctor who did it, I believe he said he performed that ACL surgery 400 times per year. I could be wrong about that, but I remember that number for some reason. And I think doing that same surgery 400 times a year seems a lot. I'm surprised that many people that require it. But my ligament, my ACL was torn, and my meniscus was damaged. In Japanese, hangetsuban. I needed surgery because I had a kind of injury, somewhat sports-related injury, and I wanted to be able to continue to play sports or do active things. And the hospital in Japan was not really expensive, but it was outpatient surgery. So, inpatient surgery. So I had to stay in the hospital for, I believe it was 7 weeks total. The surgery was 1 day, and then the remaining time was recovery and then rehabilitation. Yesterday I saw a crazy accident here too. I'll talk about that in a minute. Oh, that would have been the topic for today. There you go. Yeah, and the rehabilitation was surprising to me because before the surgery I was still walking and moving and things like that. And after the surgery, my leg was so weak that it felt like I hadn't used the muscles in my leg for years. Like, it was so atrophied that just putting any weight on it whatsoever was excruciating. And after a few days, I started to get a little strength back, and then after a few more days after that, I was able to start walking on it very slightly, and then, after that, it got better and better and better. So I definitely understand the situation that the person who's in the hospital is in. They had not ACL surgery, but they had knee surgery, and now they're going through the rehabilitation and recovery process. Yeah. And I tried to offer them some food. There are convenience stores wow, I need coffee. There are convenience stores in hospitals in Japan, typically, and I offered to go buy them some food, some more delicious food or snack food, some junk food, something like that, but they had refused. So I thought that was kind of interesting. When I was hospitalized, as soon as I was able to walk again, I walked down to the convenience store and I bought something more delicious. Food in the hospital in Japan is not bad, but it's very bland. There's very, very limited amount of seasoning. I think there's no salt in most things because a lot of people in the hospital might have blood pressure issues. So I just really disliked the food that was served there. And yeah, I was lucky because I was able to go down to the convenience store and get something a little bit more delicious from time to time. And yeah, I think the person I visited really needed some bottled water and tea, and I did sneak them a snack because I know one of the snacks that they really like, and they were really, really happy about that, so yeah. That's it. And yesterday, I was coming down this street, and back where that bakery or that pastry shop was, I saw something that's a little confusing. I saw something a little confusing, for lack of a better word, because there was a car that had smashed into the front of the building, which in and of itself is not confusing. There are bad drivers, there are mistakes, there are, accidents do happen. But the rear of the car was also smashed in, and I didn't see another car there. Now, maybe by the time I had gotten there, the other car had already left. but the rear of the car was smashed up so bad that it seemed like, I don't know how to explain it. There wasn't enough space between where the car was, between the edge of the parking lot where the car was and the building, for something to have smashed into it so strongly. I do know the crumple zones on cars can sometimes make it look like the accident was exaggerated a little, like it was not as strong of an impact, however the damage to the vehicle was a little bit more extreme looking. I do know that that is a possibility, so maybe that's what was going on here. But yeah, it was a little strange, and I definitely got there a long time after the accident, because there were construction workers already kind of setting up a way to block off the window and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess even in a parking lot you can end up having an accident in Japan. Be careful. Alright, it's really hot. I'm going to wrap this one up here. See you guys in the next one. Get out there and ride when it's cool. Definitely try to stay cool and ride safe.